Prego per una Ferrari F8. Prego per una Ferrari F8. Padre, Filio, Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.
But Dom, we already have one.
Must be fate.
Hi, welcome back to Manual Motion. I'm Evan.
And I'm Dom.
And today we have a Ferrari F8
Spider.
Yes! We're going to take it for a drive today. But first, Dom, you got to tell us the stats.
So today we have a 3.9 liter mid-mounted V8 pushing out 710 horsepower, 568 pound-feet of torque through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission powering the rear wheels. And
this is just peak V8 Ferrari.
This is also just a gorgeous car.
We have that first thing I want to mention. Yes.
Yes.
First thing I noticed was absolutely how insanely gorgeous this car is. It doesn't even do it justice in photos.
This pearl white, what's it called?
Bianco Italia.
Bianco Italia.
And with blue carbon accents. it pops so hard in the sunlight in person.
At this, right? It's everywhere.
So we got the front splitter is all carbon. We have the side skirts, the vents on the side. We have the entire underside of the front trunk is all blue carbon.
This thing
Whoever spec'd this, A+.
It's completely bespoke. We have blue leather. No blue carbon on the inside. That's regular black carbon. But I mean, look at the lights.
The front scoop also is extremely distinctive. The way you can tell us apart between other Ferrari models is the front scoop and the rear taillights being two of them versus just the one.
Yeah, and I mean, just this thing, it's so low. Like, I'm short, I'm 5'10", but like, this thing's low.
It's low, wide, it's fast without even moving. So where does this fit into Ferrari's lineup? You have the 458, which had obviously the very famous naturally aspirated V8.
Yes.
Then they moved to turbocharging quickly after that with the 488. And then this is the kind of successor to the 488.
Yes.
But the predecessor to the 296, which we just reviewed.
Yes.
So check that video out if you haven't already. But this is the peak turbocharged V8 Ferrari.
Yeah,
this has all the stuff from the new generation without sacrificing the tech on the interior. What a special car this is. We are really excited.
I'm so excited to drive it. I am not. He is.
But we're gonna drive it around town today, just kind of have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it.
We're in the interior. Ferrari F8.
Spider says it on the dash. This is an exceptional interior.
It's so comfy. I love these seats.
It's so nice. The seats are really great. They are the optional carbon sport seats, and they are manual, which is crazy. Yeah. So you have to manually move them back and forth, forward and back, and you have a little triangle on the side to kind of move your backrest forward and back as well.
Which for a $300,000 car, you'd expect a little bit more.
I would personally, but this is an option. You paid to get the harder core seats so that you could manually say, no, my Ferrari's got manual seats.
Focusing on this center console right here, we have our wind blocker, our convertible buttons, and then in front of it, we have our windows, our actual windows. It's not like normal cars where it's on the door sill. It's actually in here, makes it really easy, really accessible. I can mess with his window.
It makes me really easy to roll up both windows also.
Yeah, it's just right there. You don't have to take your hand off the switch.
We also have this carbon fiber bridge in the middle here.
It's not like the Pista where it was the shark fin. It's not
yeah.
Word 458 where it's the little pad.
We have 3 buttons on here, one for reverse. The second one is for auto, so it will toggle it on and off between manual mode and automatic mode. So it'll either shift for you or use the paddles.
The other button on here is labeled PS for power start. It can launch this car from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds.
The climate controls are weird.
So confusing.
These
buttons don't...
So these actually is probably one of the better ones. It's at first glance a little bit unintuitive.
Yeah, it's like, it's dual zone, which is really nice.
That's nice. In a convertible like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to toggle through certain things.
Yeah.
It's not super intuitive, and the screen for it's very small. So I would have liked to see maybe a bigger screen for that. Next to it though, we do have 3 other buttons. We have a lifter in here, an axle lifter. Super important. This thing is crazy low. You have to. But parking sensors here also, and a little camera that does pull up. This is the first model you were telling me with a surround view camera.
Yes. This is one of the first Ferraris with the modern surround view camera.
Moving on to the steering wheel, absolutely beautiful steering wheel, leather wrapped with some awesome white stitching. Carbon fiber, not the same blue we have in the exterior, but certainly still very cool. We also have our signature turn signal stock. It's not really a stock, it's more like these buttons, but I love how you can push it with your thumb in front or with your ring finger in the back. And of course you have those on both sides, it's really cool. Unlike the 296 though, which I think you'll agree this is better, is we have physical buttons everywhere else.
And actual Manatino. Because the one in the 296 is not a Manatino, it is a switch.
It's the same switch, but
sue me for saying that.
It doesn't feel as
not
good.
The same.
This feels excellent.
Yeah,
and you know, classic start stop button here also, which we'll get that started up in just a moment. So the gauge cluster in this car is digital. You have two sides to control it, one on the left, one on the right. We went into this a little bit more in depth in our previous Ferrari reviews. Go ahead and check those out if you haven't already.
It's not great.
Not great. It tells you what you need to, not much else. You're really just focused on the tack.
Yeah,
so
because that's all you need.
With that, the tachometer in the center, I still love it. But let's get it started up and actually get it going.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we are on some New England back roads right now.
Yep.
I'm putting it over into manual mode because I want to hear this engine more.
Oh yeah.
Because the engine does do a really good job of keeping it into high gear when you're kind of cruising. Yeah. But we are not. We're going to back roads, and I love the way the Ferraris, the baffles open. It sounds insane.
So good. You can hear the turbochargers so clearly too. Which is awesome. We have actually taken this road in the Pista, in the F12, and in the 812.
Go check out all those videos.
All of those videos.
Those videos are awesome.
Yeah, and this thing is the last V8 mid-engine Ferrari, I think, of this caliber.
Because this is the 488 style, 488 Pista style interior.
Yeah.
But it's the highest version, and it's also the last version.
Exactly.
Because
then they switched to the 296 and the SF90.
Exactly.
Which the SF90 is all-wheel drive, twin-turbo V8 hybrid, and the 296, check out our video on that. Also check out Ammo NYC's video on that.
Yep.
We have auto start.
Auto start stop, got to turn that off.
I just turned it off.
Oh, it's so beautiful out today.
Oh. But yeah, after that, there's the 296, which is a twin-turbo V6 hybrid. RS5 just passed, that's sick.
Oh my god, the way this thing steers. Oh my god. It actually reminds me more of the 296 rather than the Pista.
I mean, that makes sense. This is the newer technology. This is the newer drive-by-wire.
But it feels magic. It is so easy to just go up a couple gears and hear it and enjoy this thing.
And the bumps, this suspension is so advanced. The bumps are not unsettling the ride at all.
It doesn't feel like it's throwing the car around.
Exactly. The suspension is handling this so well. It's staying so flat in the corners. And this is a pretty long, swoopy, high-speed corner. And it is just handling it.
Oh my god, this feels like magic. The seats keep you in so well in this car that you have like such confidence to throw it, and then you push it against the seat, and you've had that like support there.
Yeah, because we have these racing carbon fiber buckets, which are an insane amount of money. It's funny, Throttle House actually called this Tiny Dancer.
This car?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. The part of their whole introduction to the video is like, in the title it said, "Hold me closer," Tiny Dancer, saying it's like a ballerina. It's elegant.
Oh my god, that's so right. It's so light on its feet.
It is.
It's not a light car by like,
by a margin.
It's actually quite a heavy car, but with so much carbon on it, it got its weight down pretty well, and it's so light. I remember, so last video you saw us drive the Turbo S again.
Yes.
That's a heavy car. It's obviously probably not too much heavier than this. I haven't seen the stats. I'll have it on the screen right now, but it's probably not that much heavier if I had to guess. But it feels heavier. This is so light and nimble. I can just throw it around a corner, no problem.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm driving a souped up Miata or something. It's so cool.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the Ferrari layout. V8, mid-engine, and you have all the weight in the back.
This is the way to have it.
And it keeps it planted so well. And that is truly what I love about these cars. Ferrari has been with this ethos forever, and they really haven't differed from it except now with the 296.
But here's the thing, that they perfected it with this line. The 458 is obviously heralded as one of the best V8s of all time.
Yes, it won Engine of the Year. It is
several years.
Yes.
Several years of it. And now we had the 488 for a while, which was also a perfection on top of that. I think it's technically a better car.
Technically.
This is the technically better 458.
This platform is the platform.
This is feeling like the sweet spot to me.
It is.
This is the sweet spot. If you hate the new interiors on the new ones, which I don't blame you at all,
No,
they're really garbage.
Well, objectively,
they're bad.
Yeah, fair.
These screens in here aren't the best either.
You can't get Apple CarPlay though.
I'm not going anywhere near them while I'm driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's no way. I'm not figuring these things out while I'm driving.
You have your center tack.
That's
all
it.
you need.
That's all you need, paddles.
Because this is a Ferrari, and you're not looking at your navigation because you know where you're going because you're in a Ferrari.
It's just magic.
You're going to the maintenance center.
Right. Every Ferrari though that we drive has such a special occasion to it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember driving the F12 TDF and just feeling like I just had a birthday party and it's New Year's and 4th of July all at the same time. It's like such a special occasion. This has a bit of that. Obviously the F12 TDF is a little more raw, a little more hardcore. This feels a little more toury, but it doesn't lose the drama, it doesn't lose that special occasion feel.
Completely.
Man, is it cool.
As we're driving on the road, everybody is looking at this thing. It is a bright white Ferrari that is so low slung, it's shorter than most sedans. And
shorter than most cars.
Yeah. And it is just, everyone's looking at it. This thing has a king of the hill presence. And it really is.
You feel like such like king of the world in this thing.
You feel like a boss, a baller.
And the more you downshift, the more you hear it. It's so much fun. I was just talking about, I was talking to you earlier about how I thought the McLaren 720S, again, check out that video if you can. That car has such a, I need to be at 10/10ths attitude to it.
Yes.
It has to be driven hard all the time to be fun. I didn't find it terribly fun if you weren't going 10/10ths. This thing, I feel like it's having fun at 2/10ths. I'm just downshifting, slowing down, and I'm having a good time.
This thing is awesome too.
That's not even 40.
So advanced too.
Yeah, the transmission's so fast, just lightning quick. And I mean, PDK is heralded as the best, but this is exactly the same. It's so
pretty
fast.
Near close.
Yeah.
The one thing about the 296 that I actually didn't like, and I'd prefer this over, is I like the gaps in the transmission. It adds more drama. You can still feel the shifts in this thing. It's not like the 296 where the shifts are filled in by the hybrid system, which gives it more of like a electric feel.
It does kick you in the back a little bit.
Yeah, which is, it's not aggressive. It's just like we're going faster, we're going faster, we're going faster.
It's knocking on the door like, hey, I'm going faster.
Let's go.
The 296 doesn't have the sound that this has. This has such a beautiful sound. And obviously, this doesn't have the sound of the 488, or 458, sorry.
Oh, the 458 sound is just so good.
But man, it's great. It's so good.
Throw a nice titanium exhaust on this, get sued by Ferrari, and then
give it back. And
give it back.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm never bored as a passenger in these cars. Other cars,
you're welcome.
I'm either scared or bored. And I don't want to be scared or bored. I want to be happy. And these cars make me so happy.
It's just having fun.
Yeah.
I am so shocked how much this feels like it just wants to have fun.
Yeah. This is boy racer times a million.
It's like you feel like Ferrari, almost the ethos of Ferrari almost seems a little too hoity-toity to have fun. This car just wants to have fun. I could totally see like a football player having it and just like hooning it, and they're young money, kind of having fun. This is sort of what that is. This is
By
like,
football, you mean soccer, of course.
Actually, legitimately, I did mean soccer. So,
Really?
Or I did mean football.
Football.
Right, because you're Italian, and you can just sing opera along with this. If you're watching this thinking this is fun, I wish I could take you on a ride in this thing and show you just how fun these cars are.
That should be a business.
No.
Yes.
It's a terrible business. But I really want to, like, we're trying to convey the feeling of being in these things, of these cool cars that we drive.
Yeah.
I really hope it's coming through, guys. This is so much
so
fun.
awesome.
This is next level
I
cool.
feel at home.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
How do I go drive a normal car for this?
Well, we can ask the owner to let us do a long-term review.
No.
It will never
That would
happen.
ruin me for cars, dude.
Yeah, that might
Also, I'd
actually
be
ruin us.
nervous out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
man.
happy to put this thing away.
I'm happy to give this thing back. He's safe.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go do that right now. Let's cut to the outro right now.
So that was our driving the Ferrari F8 Spider. God, this thing is just so good. I'd take this over a 296.
This might be the most fun Ferrari that I've driven, which might be controversial because I did drive a 458 Speciale. I don't know. This thing it's so,
I might hate you for
it's got
that.
the new stuff to it, and it's got
Yeah.
modern stuff, but it doesn't sacrifice any of the Ferrari drama. It obviously doesn't sound the same as like a 458. People will say it doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, and it's not as dramatic as the F12 or 812 that we drove.
Oh, of course. The V12
the
Ferraris,
V12 Ferraris are in their own league. They don't it's a different league. All right.
Ferrari is itself a different league. There are
Yes.
different leagues in that league. I'm just happy to get to play in this league right now. So thank you so much for watching. Please
Thank you.
subscribe and like the video if you like this one or want to see more cool cars just like this.
Yeah.
Thank you to the owner, real one, for giving us this car
Thank you
today.
so much.
So cool.
We have more awesome stuff like this coming out every weekend, and this has been amazing.
This is what an experience this was. Hope
Exactly.
you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.